We've started.
Yay.
We did it.
We've done it. It's here. We're Ghostacles 21.
21.
Oh my God, it does not feel like we have done 20 of these.
It doesn't.
Because we're having fun. Time flies when you're having fun.
It's just like, hey, let's carry the drinks that we would make anyway upstairs.
And just put mics in front of us when we have the conversations we normally have.
Right. And then people send us their stories that we get to read to each other.
I love it.
This is really the best scenario.
It's you know what's great about it for me is, and I imagine this goes for you too, I just love knowing how fucking weird the world is.
So weird. it's so weird.
There's hope in that somehow. I don't know if I can put it into words, but the idea of the world being weirder than we can possibly imagine just fills me with joy.
Yes. Yes, it does. And, we're not the weirdest. That's also nice to find out.
And it's surprising to find out.
Not even close.
I thought we had this in the bag.
Nope. Nothing like it. So I immediately knew that I was going to do this one. I believe this title was Why did you make that noise?
I just like making that. It's we call that back channeling in linguistic circles. Oh. It shows that I'm paying attention. It's like when you go, if someone's talking, that's called back channeling.
I thought you were trying to tell me I was doing something wrong. I was like, what? What did I do?
No. Sorry, that's a good thing.
Southern grandmas don't do that. And
sorry, yeah, no, I'm not a Southern grandma.
That's fair. You don't have to be one. I'm glad you're not one. Okay, so I knew that I was going to have to. Yeah. I knew I was going to have to read this one when the title, it said something along the lines of Ghost in a Sex Shop.
I love it already.
And I was like, sold, you're in, don't have to read it. But I did anyway.
Here's a table right up front for you.
Yes. Join us. Have a beverage. This is Emily. Thank you, Emily, for sending this in. Okay, I had to share. This video was taken Thursday night at my work. I manage a sex store in Utah, which I love that sentence.
I do too. That's the name of a Netflix series.
Or a band.
A sex shop in Utah. A band.
Yeah.
They do covers of the Sex Pistols.
Love it. But
that's a little too on the nose.
No. They do covers of religious songs in the style of the Sex Pistols. Yeah. That's good.
That brings me just as much joy as knowing how weird the world is.
It's so weird. There's probably something like that. So, okay, weird stuff has been happening after close. The other day we came in and there were toys all over the floor. We checked the cameras and this is what we saw about 20 minutes after we set the alarms and everyone left. Okay, this is a video.
You're gonna get like me reacting to it?
Watch it. It's not very long and it's toward the end. I think if you touch it, it'll go bigger.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I said that.
It's usually the case, but no, this is fine. This is okay. What am I? There's a lot. Yeah. Okay. Toys. Not those sorts of toys. I don't know why I thought of like
dildos
like a truck
and vibrators galore.
What? Okay. So.
Yeah. So. Did you see it?
What? So, No. Okay, yeah. I'm watching it again.
So what he's looking at right now is a wall of sex toys, and nothing happens. He's just really excited about it. No, just kidding.
Yeah, it's just like, they make that?
It looks like one of the boxes of toys from behind.
It's like hanging on one of those extended rack hooks.
Yeah, it's hanging on a rack hook. It has that little S plastic holder, and it looks like it is pulled off, pulling the front one with it. So the second one comes off. And
there's something falls and it. That's freaky.
I know. Now, realistically, thinking about it, those S-hooks, if that is a particularly heavy schlong...
I mean, it does look sizable.
It could have pulled off with weight. However...
No, it jolts forward in a weird way.
I know, it does. It looks like it's yanked.
It looks like it's jerked forward.
Yeah.
The sex toy looks like it's being jerked.
It sets itself up. The whole entire story sets itself up. It really does.
The joke is not to diminish how very real this looks.
The dildo. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's like purple. Well,
it's black and white. I can't really tell the color. It's black and white video. Like, the fact that's fucked up.
I know.
Oh, my God.
So...
What kind of sad ghost wants a sex shop?
They're not a sad ghost anymore. But so if it was just that by itself without any story, I would be like, okay, it could be something working with it. But considering it goes along with weird stuff has been happening, and then they came in the other day and there were toys all over the floor, that wasn't a one-time thing. And it's not like all of the S-hooks would have broken on multiple toys throughout the store.
No.
So they've got a sex toy ghost, and it makes me so happy. And I bet it's, oh God, are you ready? Hold on. Are you ready for this?
I'm so not ready, but don't bother. Don't wait.
This ghost is existing at a whole new vibration.
It has multiple settings.
Multiple settings. Okay.
Or it's just a pervert that's discovered how to be invisible.
That's true too.
Equally terrifying.
Yeah. More power to you, weirdo.
Not that people that walk into a sex shop are perverts, but someone who would be there after hours and hiding is probably not someone you want to invite to dinner for your with your
weird
mom.
At the very least, because it's pulling packages off, but nothing says that they were opened. So okay, extra weird. Okay, so this is the video, what we saw 20 minutes after we left and set the alarms. Extra weird, but at the same time this happened, product fell off the walls on 2 other sides of the room. This is the only side I could get a clear image of. I'm also surprised none of this tripped our motion sensors. The store used to be an old TV repair shop before we purchased it and renovated. We've only been in this location for 7 months, and I can't help but wonder if the owner of the old shop may still be hanging around. If anything else happens, I'll be sure to send it in. Hope this gives you a good chill. All the best. Such a good chill. And
the owner of the old shop is hanging around. I mean, of all the places to haunt, the sheer delight and people watching that ghost must have. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I kind of want to haunt a sex shop now. I mean, after I'm dead.
Right. It's sex shop next to a library, so you can go back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, where could I find that? Probably not Utah.
Well,
we'll work on it.
Yeah.
Get on it, Utah.
Get on it, Utah. Yeah, so thank you, Emily, for sending that in.
Good.
I haven't emailed
I love when there's video.
her to see if we can post this video yet, but I will email her, or Emily, if you want to email us if you hear this before I actually send that email out.
If you never get to see the email, I just want you to know, those of you listening, like,
that you don't see the video.
It's if you don't see the video, like, it's good. I'm convinced.
A dildo went flying.
It's not even Friday.
That's the name of the first album.
The dildo went flying.
Of the Ghost in a Sex Shop? Is that what it's called? Is that what it was?
Ghost in the Sex Shop.
Yeah.
No, Sex Shop in Utah.
Sex Shop in Utah, that's what it was. Yeah.
The album title will be Ghost in the Sex Shop, and like the tracks will be like The Dildo Went Flying.
Yeah, The Dildo Went Flying. That's track. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, that's their B-side. Like that's their single, their hot single.
That's right.
There's another name for a song, a hot single, and it's about a hot single. Okay, sorry, I'm getting so distracted.
We could do this all
Too
day.
much material. Okay, so this is from Kiki. I love the name Kiki. Mm-hmm. And it begins with, guys, holy fucking shit. All caps.
Love it.
I was going to send in just a quick story of all my spirits that follow me and whatever, but I had an experience at work that I needed to share. I already sent in one story about my ghost messing around with me at Anime Milwaukee, but this was way creepier. Okay, so first off, my manager has had events happen at work which confirms my stories once for another time. So I was like, okay, I'm not crazy, but...
I'm not crazy, but...
This blew everything out of the water. So I was cleaning the basement bedroom in a condo, which is part of my work, all alone. All the other housekeepers were spread across the other properties, and it was quiet. And for me, I've had ghosts call to me, and it happens in 2 ways. 1, people in the same area as me, or 2, the last voice I heard. So when I heard a voice when the condo was empty beside me, I was freaking out. And then when I recognized the voice, I freaked out again because it was the last voice I heard. It was Michael reading his story for the Virginia episode. You think it's weird when a voice calls out? Are you almost done down there when you're not expecting it? Imagine it being someone who's supposed to be in Texas and hasn't set foot in the state since February. Anyway, that's my story. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. If you want to hear my other stories, I'd be happy to send them in. But keep doing what you're doing. P.S. Check out the hauntings in Door County, Wisconsin. There's a wicked nice ghost tour that goes all over the peninsula. Love ya. Oh my God. Wait, so the ghost was imitating me? What?
Yes.
Well,
So that's what...
Imitation is flattery, I suppose.
know. Well, I guess what happens is they hear the ghost. Kiki hears the ghost, like, as it last... something that she last heard, a voice that she most recently heard. So it's someone near who's been nearby or something she's been listening to, i.e. this podcast.
Am I dead and somehow in Milwaukee?
I hope not, because if you are, then I am.
And Milwaukee seems a lot like Dallas.
Yeah. You're getting,
I don't remember it.
You're getting a puppy on Saturday. You can't be in Milwaukee.
I can't be dead. I'm
getting a puppy. I'm very excited about the puppy. Right. Next, we have Bethany. Okay, I think Bethany is the same Beth who hated her haunted house. The one that I was really in touch with.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I'm going to try to do it in the same style.
Oh, yes, please.
When I was little, around 3 years old, I had a friend. My parents couldn't see her, and I often freaked them out. I would sit and stare at the corner of the room and laugh occasionally. I would always offer my teddies to an empty space and then get sad when no one took it.
Aww.
Of course, I do not remember this. I had a friend until I was about 5 years old when I started to cry at the garden. Wait, is that right? I had this friend okay, got it now. I had this friend until I was about 5 years old when I started to cry at the garden. My mother asked what was wrong, so I cried, "The lady is taking her away," while pointing to the empty garden. Of course, my mother was confused, so she asked me who was taking her. So I said, choking back tears, "The old lady in the white dress. She has gray hair."
Bitches in white.
Bitches in white. So my mom took a shot in the dark and asked, "Is she wearing a purple apron and slippers?" So I sobbed even harder and shouted, "Yes!" And as it turns out, I had described the old lady who had lived in the house next door to us 5 years before I was born, until she suddenly died with no known cause, but old age was ruled out. I never saw my friend after that, and I totally forgot about her, but I still get the eerie feeling that someone is watching over me, or I'm not alone, which is a feeling. Whoops!
Mom.
I cannot forget. Yeah. That was actually Matt, our engineer.
Oh, yeah?
And he's wanting to know about if we're going to do a podcast this weekend. We are.
And
we're working on it right now.
This time.
Matt interrupted us.
He won't hear this. I don't know why he's...
I'm texting him now. Working on it now. Now, let me be clear that I've had 3 texts all day.
And they all just decided to gang up on you.
2 of them just happened. So let's remember that. So anyway, Bethany gets the eerie feeling that someone is watching her or she's not alone, which is a feeling I cannot forget. Ooh. I love stories with children with imaginary friends that are ghosts. Can't get enough of them. Mm-hmm. I love them.
What a weird detail to have the little old lady like take it away, him away. And then and then it comes back.
Right. Well, and then too, it makes you wonder what the mother was thinking. You know what I mean? Like way to follow that intuition, Mom, to be like, hey, does the lady happen to look like this?
With slippers.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. What? No reason. Just curious.
Yeah, just so you know.
Just weird.
Fun story. All right, let's go inside. Yeah. All right, you're up.
This is from Megan. Growing up, Megan says, me, my mom, aunt, grandmother, and 2 younger brothers moved around a lot, most of it being here in Michigan. We always loved watching shows that dwelled on ghost stories and the like. Relatable. It wasn't until we moved into the house that served as our home while my brothers were in high school that we started to experience things.
Brothers.
Brothers, am I right? Papers moved in the kitchen when there wasn't a breeze. It was quite impossible since there wasn't a ceiling fan or a window that opened. Doors would creak open and close. Whispers could be heard. Typical low-level ghost activity. You know. Nothing to be that scared of. It went on for years, and we grew accustomed to it. Over the course of 5 years, I had moved out for a year and then moved back in. It was when I moved back in that I noticed things had changed, like an energy change, and I just shrugged it off, thinking that the ghost activity had picked up a little. Little did I know I was right. Little did I know I was right.
Bingo.
I like that. I want that on a bumper sticker.
Little did I know I was right.
I was right. One day.
That sounds like anxiety talking.
Right? Little did I know I was right.
I told you so.
That's going to be my tombstone marker. It's either going to be that or it's going to be like, I told you I was sick. Yeah.
I told you it wouldn't be fine.
One day, months... Sorry, Megan, I'm fucking up your story. One day, months before I would move out again for good, I was home alone. Everyone was running errands and such. I was enjoying my solitude and deciding to do my laundry, which was down in the basement. She actually writes in parentheses, hashtag fucking basement, yes. All together. Fuckabasement. Fuckabasement. It sounds like a word my grandmother would have made up to describe a light switch or something. Turn on the fuckabasement.
Yeah, that's what we can say around the girls. Fuckabasement. Fuckab addict.
Hashtag fuckabasement.
Fuckadol.
Which was down in the basement. Okay, laundry was down in the basement. As I was finishing my laundry and bringing it up, I heard my youngest brother laugh. My first thought was, oh, they must be home. I get to the landing and look out to see that they hadn't arrived home yet. I was still alone. Again, I hear my youngest brother's laugh, but this time the laugh sounded more evil, more maniacal. I suddenly felt as if my life was in danger and booked it the hell out of the basement.
Get out of the basement. When in doubt...
leave the basement.
The basement.
In the last couple months of living in the house, I never ever set foot in the basement again. Wise. I bought new clothing instead of going down there. I do that anyway. I'm like, I could unpack, but I'll just buy new underwear. I told my mother about this experience. As it turns out, she had heard the laugh as well. Ooh. It has been a while since I thought of this freaky memory, but I've been thinking about it more since I've been listening to Ghoul Intentions, as well as in conjunction with the two freaky experiences at work. It has me wondering if whatever was in the basement followed me. Maybe, or you may just be sensitive to stuff that's going on wherever you happen to be.
Yeah.
At work, we have rigid security measures in place. There are 3 of us opening, and we make sure no one is inside the building aside from us, and all the doors are locked. We take an hour to open up, and one of us goes to unlock the doors to find that 2 or 3 doors are unlocked. We could have unlocked them. Who could have unlocked them during that hour? There are only 3 of us, and none of us goes to unlock them until it's the right time. The only person that is the same during both incidents is me, which has me wondering what the hell is happening and what the hell was in the basement. My digging in the hystery,
yes,
she says nice, has brought up nothing about the house. Ooh, Megan. Well, I hope it hasn't followed you. I hope maybe you're just lucky enough to just draw their attention wherever you go.
Yeah, there can be more than one place. That it's, but it doesn't seem there's no evidence I've heard that makes me think whatever was in the basement is the same thing that was in, because it seems like whatever was in the basement wanted itself to be known. That's why she could hear it laughing, right? It got her attention,
right?
Whereas,
and it used her brother's voice.
Yeah, right. So it seems like if the same thing wanted the attention at the job, she would have heard the laugh as well there. So it's probably just something different.
Yeah.
You just,
I had a friend like that growing up. Like everywhere she lived was haunted, but it was a unique haunting every time.
Yeah. It's not something that followed.
She just had an energy that they're oh, you can see us. Okay, cool. So let's party.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go to her house. She's a beacon of light.
Right.
And that attracts them from what I've been told. So it's really good that we're doing this podcast in my house.
Right.
Okay, this is from Kiana. Hey guys, Kiki here, which I love. So this is 2 Kikis.
Oh, 2 Kikis. Let's have a Kiki.
Yeah, they're not the same Kiki. They're different Kikis.
Let's have 2 Kikis.
Let's have a double Kiki.
Let's have some Kikis.
Kiki here to tell you about some spooky stuff that happens in and around my house.
Love it.
Let's start by giving you some info about where I live. I live on a street where my neighbors are all family. Grandparents in one house, aunt, uncle, and cousins in another, 6 houses total. The family has been here so long that they like to say the road was named after us. It's the same, our last name. It probably was named after your family then. Next to our little road is a field that is usually very empty with only the occasional cow or 2 to be seen. Not much is close by, really. Only a gas station and a church. Over the years, though, there has been more and more being added and people moving into the area. Wait. Oh, I read that wrong. Okay. There's not a lot around, right? Okay. Over the years, though, there has been more and more added and people moving into the area. that makes more sense
Gotcha,
to my head now. Okay, anyways, on to the ghosts. My dad has said that him and a few others once used a Ouija board here on the property, and that's why we've had things happen. There's many stories I could tell, but I'll just go with the main ones. The most known ghost is a little boy that wanders around outside. He tends to go around to the houses and knock on the windows at night and is seen at my house and my aunt's. He also runs between the parked cars, which is him playing hide and seek with anyone who's outside. I can't remember how long he's been around, but it's not only my family that has seen him. Even when we've had guests over for parties, he's made himself known to them, running past them as they get in their car or as they're driving out. Lately, he seems to spend time at our behind-the-fence neighbors, and she's even called us to ask to come back, to ask him to come back since she doesn't like him. LOL. Another ghost or spirit or whatever that is outside is the lady that whistles. Late at night, if you happen to be walking alone down the street, it's obviously going to feel a little creepy. The lights are not the best, and it always feels as if someone is watching you, or in my case, as if someone is walking right behind you. Do not like that. Mm-mm. There was one night that my two oldest brothers came running in the house, seemingly frightened enough by something that they felt the need to run. Now, as kids, we were always told by my grandmother that if we didn't get into the house early enough, that the lady by the water would come to get us. So we never used to be near the field when it was dark. But as we grew older, the scary lady stories didn't scare us anymore. Both my brothers were walking back from my grandparents' house when they heard what seemed to be a lady whistling in the distance. That wasn't so scary. Our mom would whistle to call us to the house after all. I like that. Mom's just opening the door, whistling, so wherever the kids are, they're just like, time to go home. I love that.
I had a neighbor that did that with his kids. Yeah.
Just whistle. Oh, they're there.
He whistled like you could hear it all over the neighborhood.
And then they would know.
Yeah, they would just know, yep, time to go home.
That's it. They continue walking, the whistling not as faint anymore when it suddenly stops, and so do they. They stand there listening for the whistle, still not hearing it. Out of nowhere, they hear a woman humming right in their ear with no one but each other around. Nope. And that was what made their flight instincts kick in, and they hauled ass to our house to tell us what happened. I myself have heard the humming, but I didn't acknowledge it, simply walked home as if I didn't hear anything. Get it, Kiki? Don't let that ghost try to freak you out. Pretending that nothing's wrong tends to make things go away faster here. These are only two of the ghosts around, and I have plenty to tell about things inside or outside the house, but I think I'll make a separate submission for those. Feel free to ask for more stories or details. Stay spooky and happy. Yay!
I like that. Stay spooky and happy.
Stay spooky and happy.
Yes, I will.
Yes. Please, if you have more good stories like that, send them in. We love stories.
All the kikis.
All of the kikis.
We're having a kiki about our kikis.
That's right.
A spooky kiki.
A spooky
kiki. A spooky kiki. I like that.
Yeah, God.
Oh,
I like the whole family aspect of it. So, that you know that this little boy has been around for a very long time.
It's an heirloom ghost.
People. Yeah. It makes you wonder who he is. I wonder, you should go to if you haven't been to maybe a real psychic that can tell you who he is. It might be nice to find out who he might be.
Oof.
That would be really cool.
There needs to be like an Angie's List for psychics.
I know. Yes, there should be. Reviews.
I'm like, this one's kind of a little shit, but this one's great.
Yeah. This one's like 80%. Something like that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Good
what a
stories.
week it's been. What a week. What a great way to bring it closed.
Yeah, we haven't had any major weather phenomena.
No. Though Brandon did get stranded.
He did. I saw that.
Just because the stupid airline drama. Don't even want to go into it. I hate it.
Okay. All right. We won't. That's fine. Yeah. So, well, I guess thanks everybody for listening. We got through those stories faster than I thought we would.
We did.
But you can check
all the things
out our website at ghoulintentions.com, and it has all the information on there, including how to get our shirts. Are you going to be anywhere? You're just getting your puppy.
I'm getting my puppy this weekend, and then I'm not going to be anywhere until the weekend of July 12th. Yeah. 11th, 12th, I'll be in Iowa.
Yeah, I'll be, again, Anime Expo on the 4th of July. Yes. But you can follow Michael. Oh, we haven't done this in a while. You can follow Michael on Twitter.
On Twitter, it's J. Michael Tatum.
And on Instagram.
As J. Michael Tatum.
And do you have a Facebook page?
I don't use it anymore.
You don't use it? Okay. Yeah. I'm on Twitter at Marky Mark. That's MARCHI,
Love it.
And Instagram is
It's a great way of training people how to say your name.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have a fan page too. I'm trying to use it. I just fucking hate it.
I think I made a fan page like 10 years ago and I used it once.
I thought, well, I wanted to consolidate and make it easier for me. But it's just a real struggle.
Yeah, I just you know what? It's easy for me to just stopped having friends. I think everything is public.
Yeah, just need more friends. But yeah, you can follow us there. You can also, of course, follow Ghoul Intentions on those places as well. The links are on the website. Yep. Anything else to add?
Just...
Oh, you don't. That's a no.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, he gestured to me to say remember, but I didn't.
Well, fuck that.
Anything else to add?
No. Just one thing.
Remember, it's okay to sleep with the lights on. I want to squish his face into a million pieces.
Oh my god, you will get to.
My mother's calling.
So, is it a vampire?
Yeah, my mom's calling to let me know that it's a vampire in the sex shop. So she would. I'm going to text her. Mom!
Only our frequent listeners will get that reference.
That's right. Let's see. Hold on. Mom, I'm recording the podcast.
Please leave all this in. I dare
you. Love you.
I double dog dare. I triple dog dare you.
Okay, I'll do it. What do I care?
It's less work
for me. And when I edit it, I'll be like, I can't believe I'm leaving this in, but I'm gonna.